here we go. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to start uploading a lot more content, but I wanted to also start off with this one. This one's going to be a quick one. For years, I've been seeing and hearing about these mysterious sounds that are heard around the world, and the curiosity got to me, and I kind of came up with a theory a couple years back, but I never really pursued it as much as I wanted to, and just recently I got back into it. So as you see, I have a ton of tabs up right now. But these mysterious booms. So there's a channel. His name is Jason A, and I'm gonna play this. It's only 8 minutes long. I might skip through. I might play the whole thing, but just check this out real quick. Get him playing. Oh, there we go.
That's a Ring camera video neighbor Ryan Beard posted on YouTube capturing the mysterious sound. Again, he said he was just sitting in his living room Tuesday night watching TV when all of a sudden he heard that growling sound.
And since then, neighbors say they're hearing something similar across the area.
And Will, a lot of people tell you that they've never heard anything like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip around. I have
Street tonight.
But all over the San Gabriel Valley, others say they actually shook their homes. But so far, no one out there is taking credit for causing that.
All right, so right here it says mystery explosion. And so there's also these big booms. So if I put in mysterious booms worldwide. All right, here we go. So I didn't really pull up the booms. There's a mysterious boom in Scottsdale. Let me see. Let's just check this out real quick. Let's get through this ad. And here we go.
Over the weekend when a loud bang that sounded like an explosion shook a lot of people up. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but right now nobody knows where the noise came from. It's the sound heard all around Scottsdale. A number of home security cameras captured the big boom that rocked several Scottsdale neighborhoods over the weekend. There was a flash. Andrew Chi and Andrew Spokes live in South Scottsdale near Hayden and Thomas. They were watching TV early Sunday morning when they heard the blast.
It was a very loud boom, like a thunderous boom, house shaking, earth window rattling. It was just a horrendous boom. Like I jumped up out of my seat, and it, wasn't anything like thunder. It was just this loud crash.
News of the boom quickly spread on social media.
Then I could just go back into the search, and then you'll see mysterious booms. And look at the locations. They're close to each other. And so let me play this one. I have it.
Doorbell camera system from a viewer in Hillsborough County picks up the boom that so many across the region heard Sunday morning.
A little after 11:30, we heard a really loud boom and a really subtle shake, to the point where I thought either my husband had dropped something out in the garage, or he had thought that I had dropped something in the house.
The first thing was a huge thump, like a very heavy person landed on their heels on our second floor. We called up to our son on the second floor, and he immediately replied, "Wasn't me."
All of a sudden, this huge boom, felt like something huge fell in the house somewhere.
WMUR.
All right, so now we got all these videos with these booms. Now let me show you this real quick. Listen to this sound. Listen real close. How it sounds. The sound it's making. You hear that? I don't know why that's there. Get out of that. And let's put in
What do you think? Developing authorities a strange noise in Huntersville. Take a listen.
So I know y'all probably saw that picture. I didn't really want you to see it just yet, but it's all good. It's all good. Let me go to, where did I put that? I don't know where it went. That nigga's right here. There it is. Okay, so all praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. So, and all honors to him. Now, Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. Now, this is where I feel like prophecy is coming into play. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and the rocks of the mountains, and in the rocks of the mountains. So let's go here real quick. This is a boring machine. This boring machine is huge. And I'm gonna go into more videos. So if you notice, while it's drilling underground, just watch this. While it's drilling underground, you see these cavities? The ground is almost like, if you think about it, like a trumpet. It has all these different tubes that go in different directions. Now, again, this is a theory, but I feel like I'm onto something. So let's play this and see what happens when there's pressure buildup.
The incident of blowouts and sinkholes. We have developed the variable density TBM. The variable density TBM is an extended version of a slurry TBM that is able to use high-density slurry to prevent blowouts of slurry to the surface. The variable density TBM can also operate in both EPB and convectors.
So if you see, if it fails, then it'll have cavities that will cause these sinkholes. Now, these sinkholes have been happening all over the place lately. Now, whenever you're doing something underground and you're moving dirt, that dirt in that space is being open. So it's called the dirt displacement. Whatever is displaced has to fill up. And if it's done wrong, then it'll open up these cavities all through the earth and open up passageways. Then you also have to think about that there are already tunnels that connect to other tunnels and sewage tunnels as well. This video right here. Tunnel secrets include military uses underground networks. Then you also hear about the Walmart shutdowns. They're closing down Walmart. But this is a truck driver. And some of these videos are becoming harder to find. But this truck driver takes us into one of these facilities. All right, and check this out.
Sunlight, completely 100% self-sustainable. The river is probably 0.1 miles from here. The water supply. They use this every day. It's like it's normal, daily thing. I mean, this place is huge. The branches off, branches off, branches off. Oh, look, there's a construction right there. It's fucking flying through here.
I'm going to fast forward so you can see the scope of how large. Oh, got a commercial. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys really how massive these projects are around the world. So right now, if you think about the science behind it, you have dirt displacement, you have ground displacement, which something has to happen. So if you ever look at sand inside of a container and if there's an open space, eventually gravity is going to have that open space fill in, and then you get a sinkhole at the top. So a lot of these sinkholes that are I'm not sure if y'all heard me, but a lot of these sinkholes that are happening, again, this is my theory, but with this displacement, then it would make sense why more sinkholes are showing up. And again, just like I mentioned, you got the Walmart and a lot of the stores are closing. And if you look at the different paths, which I will do a part 2 on this, but I'm going to do a little bit of study and I'm going to see how much the sinkholes match with the booms and the sounds that are being heard. So, back to Revelation chapter 6, verse 15. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks and the mountains. And this has been going on for a long time. This is another truck driver showing.
Here, there's a regular sized plant, Wilson Logistics. This trailer just was assigned to us from Kraft over at the Kraft Foods plant, and we're delivering it here to what's called the Springfield Underground. And that is, as you can see behind me, this giant cave that's big enough to house hundreds of these trucks and trailers. There's a train track running through here. Just to give you an
Y'all heard that? A train track.
There's a regular sized truck. See how tall that is up there? It's just incredible.
All right, so now think about this. These things are this large. Nobody really knows about them. The masses sure do not know about them. But there's a point I want to make about those sounds that we're hearing. Now, they're hearing sounds in the sky. They're hearing sounds on the ground, but they can't find a source of these sounds. Why can't they find a source? Well, what if, say, select Walmart tunnels, secret Walmart tunnels to Jade Him, death camps. I don't know if y'all ever heard of this, but it's out there. A lot of people say that Walmart, when you switch the letter in, it's martial law. So think about it. These sounds that they're hearing, I started to listen to some of these sounds, and a lot of people have been doing, listen to this one. Where is it?
And it's got except is how
I want to show you this one sound. He's doing some effects on these. I'm trying to find the one that's just straightforward. Right there. I think he had an effect on that just to...
as this one,
You hear that?
as opposed to these versions, they just sounds are real. Do you think
All right, so those sounds that you're hearing just might be the explosions underground. Now remember, a lot of these tunnels connect. These sounds are only heard for a period of time in a certain location, and then it moves on. Then it's heard in another location not too far. Let me see if I can find that map. I think it's on... Which one was it on? I think it was on this one. I don't think I have it, so I'll just save that for part 2. But, alright. So, the big booms. Don't know where they're coming from. Now, that one video we watched at the beginning, if you notice, the flash looked like it was coming from the ground, not from the sky. Well, when they run into certain type of materials down there that is tough to get through, this is what they do. Check this out. Hear that? So imagine, because usually it's like for a day or two, they're trying to get through a certain type of material in the ground that is hard. They might end up with an iron plate or something like that. So they got to blow it up. Well, if it's underground, then the sound wants the air, because the air has to travel, the sound has to travel. So if you notice, it was the sound itself in the tunnel was kind of bouncing back and forth. It has to go somewhere. It has to give that energy off. So you see all the dust and everything. That's the pressure of the sound. So if they're connected to a tunnel and then they're connected to another tunnel, and that tunnel is connected to something that is on the outside, then it would only make sense that the sound is coming from underground. So I want to show you this boring video of Alice, the boring machine. And I want you to listen to the sound and imagine it being underground, but coming from underground, spread out with all these tunnels, and then the sound just coming out and going into the sky. Here we go. Listen closely. And it's like a rotation. So if you listen, let me pause that real quick. One of the points I was trying to make, and again, part two, I'll show some more, but one of the points I was trying to make is that if you listen to the sounds, they have a rotational repeat pattern. So it would be like, it would do that, and I was always, and that's what made me curious, because I was like, that sounds like something's rotating. So listen to this. This is when it's breaking through, finally breaking through for a connecting tunnel or the entrance point. And I just don't think you guys grasp how large this is, because it's got to be big enough in order for trucks and trains and all types of stuff to go through. Listen to that sound. And then imagine hearing that below your house in the middle of the night, and then explosions. Does that not sound like? Now I'm gonna go to call him back. Okay, I'm gonna go to YouTube again. I'm gonna see if I can find trumpet sounds in the sky. There we go. I'm gonna see if I can find some of the sounds. There it is. Now listen to this sound. Listen to the sound. So usually the same material will generally make the same sound. So did you hear that? Listen closely. Do you hear that? Let's see if there's a match. I'm going to hit pause. I'm going to go back to this video, and let's see if there's a match. Look at that. Listen to that. Do you hear it? Now let's play them at the same time. I'm going to go back. I'm going to play this one. And now we have a match. Do you hear the two sounds?
Okay, so when I came up here to get the but I have no idea what the sound is. It sounds like it's coming out of the sky. Literally, I don't know where to point the camera because it's literally coming from the sky.
It's the same sound. The exact same sound. You hear it? So depending on the material they're using, it might be a deeper sound, it might be a higher pitch sound. It's dependent also on the rotation of the rotor itself. So if it's going a little bit faster, then it probably might be a higher pitch sound. If it's going a little bit slower, it might be a deeper sound. And then the explosions, it's underground. The kingdoms are coming together and they're going to hide from Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. They're going to hide from Jesus. And this is my theory. This is part one. I'm going to start putting more stuff together and hopefully I can prove this as a fact. Thank you everyone for watching. Shalom.